Zambia can be said to be a toothless landlord, housing several mines, yet have no say in the operations of the various mines. This is but just a bitter pill Zambians have to endure following the privatization of nearly all the mines under late President Frederick Chiluba's regime. The Zambia Congress of Trade Unions General Secretary Cosmas Mukuka says going by the current experience in which several Zambians are losing employment in the mines, it is time to reflect and come up with policies that will guarantee Zambians of job security. Mr. Mukuka says it is not too late for the Zambian government to come up with statutory instruments that will clearly state limits in which mine owners can go about their operations.
Where did we lose our direction? What at the signing, we might have lost the direction at the signing of investment agreements or with these companies. What did they pledge to do for the Zambian workers? What is the procedure to follow in addressing the issues? Just at employment situation, as unions, we ensure that the grievance handling procedure is put straight into the contract of employment for every worker in areas where we negotiate or represent the workers. There should be steps for the grievance handling procedure. But the steps on how to handle these problems is somewhat confused because probably we didn't arrest the situation at the time when we opened up for the privatization and for the investment to come in. We might have lost the case there, but it's something which we can correct through instruments which means ministers of mines, finance can still come up to control the same.
During a press briefing in Lusaka, the Zctu Secretary General also urged President Lungu to pick on the already existing deputy ministers to fill up positions of ministers for the 5 created ministries.
The President again should consider appointing ministries from the already existing pool of deputy ministers and permanent secretaries. This is for the purpose of saving on costs. We have some ministries which have maybe 3 deputy ministers or 2. If from that pool, those are chosen maybe to fill in the gaps, maybe we shall save on costs if we are to survive up to the next budget. But if new appointments are done based on the same new portfolios and which budget we will be using, because budget for personal emoluments which the civil servants are relying on is the same budget which affects the ministers and other public service workers. So it will even be very difficult for public service workers who are currently negotiating for the better conditions and salaries.
There is confusion in the mining industry, with thousands of Zambians losing employment following the shutting down of various mines such as Baluba and others threatening to go that route. Government seems to have little to say regarding the moves being taken by mine owners. The excuse that is being given is that of load shedding as well as low copper prices on an international market. MWAPE KUMWENDA, Movie TV News, Lusaka.